When I was asked to participate in this conference, I took one look at the title, From Worst to First, and to be totally honest with you guys, I had some reservations. I wouldn't dare label our resilient children, incredible parents and grandparents, and dedicated teachers as the worst. We're not trying to beat out this district or that. We just want the best school system for our children here in Camden. I know most of you all are familiar with Camden. There have been many efforts to revitalize the city and reverse decades of systemic challenges, and those efforts have encountered a dizzying array of fits and starts. But today, when you speak to those who live in and around Camden, you get a sense of the resilience and the hope that has made this community strong for so many years, the purpose and the passion with which the community is addressing the myriad challenges the city faces. In August of that year, I was appointed as the superintendent. And on its face, it was simply the latest grand attempt to remake Camden without any evidence that it would improve the quality of life for Camden's residents. After all, other New Jersey cities have had their schools under state control for as long as 20 years without any consensus about improvements. To residents here, I was just the 12th superintendent in 20 years. I wasn't new, I was just the latest fad. This community was, and still is, demanding significant changes. I hear it every single day. Safe schools and modern facilities with support for students and educators that leads to excellent teaching, empowered families, and a central office that is responsive to those needs. And with the scale of the challenge in front of us, we had to use every option we could. One of those options, though far from the only one, is Renaissance schools. The new facilities required by state law and a structure that puts education in the hands of educators and the option to attend a school in the hands of parents, Renaissance schools are consistent with what we heard from the community. Equity is harder to come by within the district, and it's unacceptable. And if it were easy to address, someone would have done it by now, but nobody has. Even so, we are moving with an extraordinary sense of urgency within our district schools, and we are seeing the fruits of those efforts. Our graduation rate is moving up. What was a bloated central office bureaucracy is now half the size it once was before my appointment. We're now providing regular professional development for our principals and teachers, and our pre-K enrollment last year was at a record high. These exciting and meaningful signs of progress are often lost in the noise and the debate, but they're what I wake up proud of when I think about our commitment to our families. But if you believe there's a moral imperative to do everything in our power to improve our schools as quickly as possible like I do, then we must take a dual path approach and transform the status quo and make Renaissance schools and charter schools a choice for students and families. But let me also make clear that flipping the switch and converting all schools to charters and Renaissance schools isn't the answer either. Ultimately, results will do the talking, and families will make those decisions themselves. I want our current students to be the next generation of leaders in Camden, our future teachers, principals, superintendents, entrepreneurs, and medical professionals. And sooner than later, once we're on a path to stability, the local community should regain control of schools here. There's a great deal of work to do, but we're not talking 20 years from now, far sooner. In the meantime, we must press forward to do the hard work to restore the neglect and broken promises of the past several decades, while building trust, while maintaining relationships, while keeping children and the future of this city at the root of every decision we make. Thank you for your time. I'm happy to take some questions.